All right. May we know your name, please?
My name is John.
All right, John. So, John, you're on Breathe Lives, and this is about learning more about mental health issues, especially here in Canada, in British Columbia. So, what would you be able to share with us about your experience, with mental health?
I would have to say, to share with mental health, I think everybody has it, to various forms of degrees. It's just what we perceive ourselves to want to let people into our lives, because I think people are very ashamed of something with mental health, and it shouldn't be a shameful issue. It should be something that we should all be able to share with other people, but we don't get that opportunity because of that stigma. So that's been my biggest thing about mental health and how I've been looked at recently with my mental issues.
Would you mind sharing some of your personal experiences? Like, have you had to deal with any form of mental health, depression or any of sort?
I've dealt with a lot of it. I've dealt with anxiety, depression. I was recently diagnosed with other issues that I didn't know existed. But those are all things you never know of. You just think it's common, because you question yourself. Why am I feeling this way or that way all the time? And you don't really know if that is a mental illness. We all have it. So I've dealt with a lot of things. Taken some things a little too far, like anxiety and stuff like that, but dealt with it all.
Would you say there's still some kind of stigma, by
definitely.
people? And if that's the case, how do you handle that? Like a coworker, stigmatizing you because of mental illness. How do you deal with that?
Oh, there's definitely stigma, and that's what I said earlier.
Yeah.
People look at you in a way that is degrading to you, and you take that and you say, well, there must be something wrong with me. You're the reason why we have the mental illness, and people just don't want to accept it because they don't think that they've got an issue with it. So there's always that stigma. We always get looked down because it's fairly new and somewhat starting to become a little bit more accepted. We still look at it as having a physical issue. We used to laugh at people who were deformed and stuff like that, but being mentally ill is just as bad as that is, and we need to accept people who have those things. And so I get it from my friends and family all the time.
Right. So would you say are there any support systems, like do you, in the community, in the area, is there do you have access to these resources?
They say that they're so-called resources, but the resources only focus on, I would say, in my opinion, on medication. Right? They want to comatose you and fill you with pills to make you feel better instead of dealing with the real issues are. So yes, there are programs out there. There's DBT programs. There's different variety of facilities, but none of them want to really deal with the issues at hand. So I really wouldn't call them support groups. They're just more for numbing and helping you cope and by medicating you. I think that's all that society wants to accept right now, and allow people to have done that.
So having said that, so it's clear that a lot still has to be done, in terms of providing these resources and, help avenues for people who are going through mental health. So personally, what would you say has been helpful for you? Like what actions or what process or procedure you've taken that's really been helpful to you that you can share with people out there?
Helpful for me, staying away with people who are negative, whether that be family, friends, associating myself with people who are like-minded, who are going through these issues, because we can be an encouragement for one another. That's how I basically dealt with it. Again, it's easier said than done, but just that mindset of believing who you are, not believing what other people perceive you to be. That's been my biggest help But again, it's easier said than done. I've had easy days. I've had good, and bad days with it. But we have to support in whatever. We have to find that support in ourselves, right? Because nobody else is going to care for us.
All right. Thank you very much, John. This has been very helpful. And thank you. This is a program organized by BritLives.com. Thank you.
You're welcome.